Definitely. Zeke smiled as he backed her against the wall, then lowered his face down to hers. They held the pose, just inches apart. His breath tickled her eyelashes, and with every inhale her nostrils filled with his distinctive scent, soap and shaving cream mixed with a sweet underlying musk. Past his shoulder, Noah saw the bodega owner watching them. After a moment's hesitation, he set the phone back down. "We're good," she murmured. "Maybe we should give it another minute, just to be sure," Zeke responded, resting his forehead against hers. This was supposed to be for show, but his lips hovered a fraction of an inch away. Noah could see the gold flecks that dotted his brown eyes, like spokes of pure sunlight. She felt a shudder down her spine that had nothing to do with the cold. Trying to regain her composure, she noted wryly, "Try not to get us arrested for public indecency?" "I'm willing to risk it," Zeke murmured, leaning in so his whole body pressed against her. Noah was suddenly finding it hard to breathe. He was just messing with her, right? They were friends, partners. So why was her whole body careening into overdrive? She gently nudged his shoulder, easing him away as she sternly said, "Focus. We're supposed to be keeping an eye on our target, remember?" "You really know how to suck all the fun out of a stakeout," Zeke smirked, stepping away. Noah didn't answer. This wasn't the first time they'd pretended to be a teen couple making out. The last thing they needed was a beat cop nosing around, asking why they'd been standing on the same street corner for more than an hour. But this had felt different, like maybe it hadn't all been for show. She surreptitiously studied Zeke, who was peering around the corner toward the cafe. After all these months together, his face was almost as familiar as her own, slim and angular, sharp cheekbones, tan despite the climate. The first time Noah met him, she'd been flustered by how attractive he was, but since then he'd become more like a brother, although she was pretty sure that what she'd just felt wasn't sisterly love. Noah frowned. Now who was distracted? She forced herself back to the task at hand, asking, "He's still there, right?" "Yep, still just reading the paper." "Maybe we're wrong about this," Noah said. "Maybe they're not here on a job at all." "Sure," Zeke nodded. "I hear that San Francisco is where all the bad guys come on vacation. They just can't get enough of the chowder bowls and trolley rides." Noah ignored him, leaning forward to catch a glimpse of the cafe. Their target was sitting at an outside table despite the cold, sipping from a large mug as he scanned a newspaper. He was a bulky guy with close-cropped hair, dressed in dark jeans, a pea coat, and combat boots. If she didn't know better, she'd think he was just a soldier on leave, enjoying some downtime. But she did know better. "Be ready to move," she warned Zeke, stretching her legs to get the kinks out. He snorted. "I'm always ready." "Sure you are," she grinned, "like in San Diego when you almost got left in the lab after the radios crashed." "Hey, that wasn't my fault," Zeke protested, lightly punching her shoulder. "I figured the kids might be in another part of the building." They both fell silent at the memory. The raid had gone smoothly, except that by the time they got inside, there wasn't anyone left to save. Zeke cleared his throat, then said more soberly, "So you think these two are here to scout another lab?" "I don't know," Noah admitted, "but something is going down." The two commandos hadn't gone anywhere near the warehouse district, though, which was unusual. She was having a hard time getting a handle on what they were after. They'd spent the entirety of the past 2 days walking through the Mission District. "He's on the move," Zeke announced. Noah's head snapped up. The guy was halfway down the block, headed toward Valencia Street. "Remember to stay half a block behind me," she said in a low voice. "If I have to pass him, you take over." "Got it," Zeke said. Noah pulled her watch cap lower, ducked her head, and trotted across the street in pursuit. Teo Castillo was tired and hungry. He'd spent the day panhandling on BART.